give you the solution. But right now, today, that time is up. There's no more giving you lies. You're not African. You're not black. You're not Jamaican. You're from the 12 tribes of Israel. And it's high time you went out of sleep. Christianity is a damn drug. Christianity is a curse to our people.
This is reality. That's right. This is reality. We're going to show you why. You have destroyed yourself. So we're supposed to give a warning. We're not judging you. We're warning you. Well, have we seen any change? Have we seen anything that has changed our people? Changed our neighborhood?
What's your name, brother? All right, hold on. You listen real quick. We talking about our history. We talking about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American history. All praises. All praises. All praises.
Hey, you better die, brother.
Go ahead.
He can't love his sister because she has what? He can't love his sister. He can't love me no more. He can't deal with me because his mama has what? Y'all
You say with a reason. 1 second. Hold on. We gonna give some edification on that, brother. We gonna give some edification. We gonna give some edification. Read that. We never told. Hold on. Who's your son? Who's your son, brother? And that brother said we told him we can't love his sister.
Y'all told him, the word told him he can't love his sister because she has what?
All right, hold on. We gonna give edification on that. We gonna give edification on that, brother.
I'm gonna show y'all how much of a man I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Right here,
Go ahead.
to speak to y'all as a man.
Okay, go ahead.
Y'all speak the word, right? I want you to see how crazy it is, bro. I spent all my life locked up in the box. I spent years reading the Bible, the Quran. I spent years and years reading, bro. Religious material. I find it funny that y'all empowering black people out of a King James Bible that a cracker wrote. Okay. It's fucking retarded.
So you gonna let us?
King James was a cracker.
You gonna let us rebuttal with that?
Y'all go be McGann.
King James was not a cracker, by the way. One second. He was a black man.
That's right.
He was a black man. No, he was a black man.
Hey, you wanna look it up?
Hold on, watch this. What you got? Yeah, hold on. Let's finish this first. Let's guess. He was a black man. He was an Israelite.
That's right.
Watch this. Verse 68. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So what we teaching is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people, they are the people of the book.
Right.
There is no such thing as God loves everybody in the Bible. There's separation. So what we teaching is separation.
Right.
Because Christ taught separation.
Right.
Hold on, no, we didn't. We didn't do that.
Y'all separated my son.
We didn't do that, brother.
Mama was a diehard Christian.
Uh-huh.
She doing y'all. Never cussed, never did. She been like this at least 5-6 years. The minute she joined y'all, my son automatically is no longer able to chill with me. He told me he's not allowed, with tears in his eyes, he told me he's not allowed to love his sister because of the teaching. His newborn sister. He can't hang with why he say he can hang. He could be around him, but he can't love
What's your name again, brother?
Antonio.
Who's your son again? Okay, I know him.
I don't want y'all to put him.
No, I'm telling you that we ain't.
He personally love what y'all do.
No, I'm gonna tell you that we ain't never taught your son that.
Between me and my son.
No, I'm telling. Listen,
We never had-
I'm the head of the school. I'm telling you, we ain't never taught him that.
I'm telling you, I never had an issue with my son.
Well, I'm
son's
telling
12
you,
years old.
we ain't never taught him that because
11 years, we never had an issue. 11 years.
check this. I'm telling you, we ain't never told him he can't love his sister because she half white.
Right.
You her father?
I'm her father.
She ain't half white.
Right.
She black.
Right. That's right.
Hell, even the white man say you got 1/5 of a black man blood and you're black.
Right.
But we ain't never tell him she was half white. So I know your son's young and he's probably taking all this in and don't know how to quite bring it out to you in an intellectual way where you understand it. So I'm glad you came up here.
Right.
But according to the Bible, ain't no mixed people.
Right.
We ain't never told him he can't love his sister because she half white.
Right.
We ain't never told him that. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. Because look, King David, grandma was an Asian woman. God loved him.
Me and my kid's mama,
Yeah.
son, mama Shakira.
Yeah, we know it.
We talk a lot, even when we beat, we always communicate. educated a lot because our son, wrong and right, that's how we are.
Yeah, and you're supposed to take care of your son no matter what. That's what the Bible says, and I'm sure you're doing that.
No matter what. I just dropped the phone.
All praises.
My thing is this. My thing is this. Until they got with y'all, it's never been no separation between me and my son.
Okay,
And then
give me
you know
Matthew
what?
10.
You know what she told me? She said the people in Esau was white. Esau, he was born red with red hair. You know,
No, they don't say red hair.
Well, she was born colored hair, he was born red.
Right.
You know it's funny. I was in nowhere doesn't say Esau was white.
I'ma
Except
show you.
for the Hebrew Israelite religion.
I'm gonna show you.
Do you know how long do you know I
give me
went,
Matthew
do you
10,
know how
what's the
far
one?
I tried to find one thing that said that one thing.
Now,
I
let me
tried to
show you.
find one thing all over
What was
the
your name,
internet
brother?
that said
I
Esau
forget.
was
I
white.
didn't. Sean and Antonio,
You're gonna be
right?
talking all day. I'm gonna say one
No,
thing.
a conversation's back and forth. That's what I'm trying to show you.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna finish.
Because you asked a question, so I'm trying to answer. But
It
go ahead.
said inside Buddy was gonna be born two nations,
Mm-hmm.
right? Two nations. Was gonna come from.
Also, Isaiah 55.
Sarah and who was it again?
Sarah and Jacob.
Sarah.
It wasn't Sarah, but it was Rachel. Rachel.
Rachel and Jacob. I wanted to find the word nation. I wanted to find the look for the definition of nation is different than people. Nation means two nations means to come up under the same heritage and same belief. That Bible could have easily been saying that it was two type of people being one serving God and one not serving God, not black or white, not variation, not color variation, but the way they were going to serve God, it would have fallen under the same meaning. Meaning Esau was going to serve his people, going to serve his nation, going to be a nation of the devil, and the brother, what's his name again?
Jacob.
Jacob.
Esau was the oldest, Jacob was the
Jacob
youngest.
was
Right.
going to serve God, Esau was going to serve the devil. Bruh, I spent days looking not one place other than the Hebrew religion doesn't say that Esau was white. Nowhere.
Okay. All right, let me explain it to you.
Isn't Esau the father of the Muslims?
No.
Y'all don't teach that?
Oh, hell no.
Isn't Esau the father of the Muslims?
No.
Y'all don't teach that?
No,
Esau not
Ishmael is.
He's not.
I don't understand if they
Ishmael.
got the same mother and same daddy. How come one of them
How can we
be
do
black?
that? Okay, I'm going to show you. Give me Isaiah
It don't
55.
even make
Good
it
question,
don't even make
Antonio.
physical sense.
Hey, good question, because I thought the same thing too when I first was learning that. Because guess what? My homeboy, when I found out my right-hand man was a white dude, and I was like, nah, this can't be it. But when I read it, hell, I explained it to him. He said, yeah, that is us. I explained it to a white dude. He said, yeah, that's describing me exactly.
Some people sheep, some people leaders, bro. If you can follow right now,
You
right
got
now,
8. Isaiah 55
right
and
now,
8.
if you got enough people that can make 5,000, you got enough people. Malcolm X was able to make 10,000 people follow him with his words. Bro, he's a Muslim. Right now, you read this.
And he taught out the Bible.
He taught out the Bible. But what are you reading? Who wrote this Bible?
Our forefathers.
Our forefathers. He
Yeah.
wasn't there with his right. This Bible could be a complete lie.
And guess what? We wasn't there when they wrote the history
Right,
books.
but you getting your same information from a man. Man has always been.
And I'm gonna show you how we know that this book is true. Read Isaiah 55 and 8. I'm gonna show you.
Isaiah chapter 55 verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
The Most High God off top lets you know the way you think ain't the way he think.
Right.
We think on a carnal level. That way ain't no way a woman can have two different people in her stomach and come out and one supposed to be. That don't happen. God said your thoughts ain't my thoughts. You know what? I created you. You don't even know how your heart pumps blood through your body. I know the white man told you, but it's on another level. God said, I don't think like you think. Read on.
Neither are your ways my ways.
Our ways ain't God's ways. And let me talk, because you asked me a question. You cut me off, brother. You cut me off. You gotta let me talk. You gotta let me talk, Antonio. I'm gonna prove it.
It could be 100 Muslims.
I'm gonna prove it. Read on.
Saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways.
So God is above us in everything. We can't even fathom to comprehend God's understanding unless you read this. You can come up with your own vain opinion in your mind to think something to God. Now go to Genesis 25. No, I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna go to the white man.
I did 4 months in solitary. Bro, I read the whole Bible. All I'm trying to tell
You got it?
is,
Genesis 25, and I want you to read 21.
Genesis chapter 25 verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord.
Hey, Antonio, you gotta listen.
It just depends on what
Come on,
you
man.
want to follow, bro. This is what y'all choose to follow, bro.
Listen.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was.
Y'all listening,
Every man will
brothers?
have his own interpretation, bro. This is your interpretation of what that word says. Baptist out their interpretation.
Go ahead.
Episcopal.
And
Hey, hold on, Anton, did you come up here to find out what was going on, or did you really just come up here to preach your testimony? Because you ain't listening to me. I listened to you.
I think he tried to challenge you on something.
And I'm going over it.
Because let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Because I got to get the scriptures. I know we, like God said, he don't care what the hell we
Well,
think.
no, it ain't that. You're responsible for your parishioners.
Exactly right. We're responsible for the
he's saying-
people.
Right. So if you got his young person in your whatever your ministry, whatever it is, you're responsible to teach him the truth, to lead him and guide him.
Yeah, he comes with his mother.
Raise up a child and where it should go.
Right.
You know, if you're a shepherd, then you are responsible for your sheep.
Yeah.
And he's questioning.
And I'm
about
explaining it to him, but he keep cutting me off, just like you did. So let me explain.
Genesis chapter 25.
Oh, there y'all go again.
Come on, y'all. I'm trying to give y'all the answer, dude. Go ahead. You prove
Genesis chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife
Listen, brothers.
because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, in two manner of people.
Now, you said something about white people. You couldn't find it,
I
right?
looked up the word manner.
Right.
I looked up the word nation and manner. Now you do it.
Right. Go ahead, read.
Look, I'm
I'm going to show you.
gonna
Read.
show you what.
And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Read on.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
We know who that is. We know who's stronger than the other people. Read on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
That happened for a time until we sinned, and now we serve our damn slaves. Read on.
And where her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Fraternal twins, not identical.
And the first, came out red. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment.
Now, see, that's why I said, God said, your thoughts ain't my thoughts. You looking for the word white people. God says they red people.
Right. Right.
Because if any of them stood out here in the sun like me and you, they would eventually turn what color?
You know what I did for my son? I showed him my homeboy child. My homeboy got a straight red-haired son.
I'm not talking about hair.
Hey, light-skinned and completely red hair all over his body with red trim.
Uh-huh.
Hey, light-skinned chick with straight red hair, bro. What would they call a light-skinned black dude back then if he was high yellow? He would be called red.
Yeah, because he turned red. They don't make him that. It don't make him of that nation. He's just a different shade of brown.
That's right.
Bro,
Read on.
What are your mannerisms?
And they called his
The way you act. Now watch.
The way
Watch
you
it.
act.
and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Now you talked about mannerisms. God explains mannerisms in the same chapter. If you just read down a little bit further, read the manners of the red one.
And the boys grew, and Esau,
And what?
and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Hey, brothers, Antonio, it says the mannerisms of Esau was a cunning hunter. Read on.
A man of the field.
Esau was a what? Start from the top.
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning
So
hunter.
the mannerisms of that boy named Esau says he was a cunning hunter.
Let me ask you a question.
Now, I'm going to explain to you. When you look up damn Duck Dynasty, you turn on the fishing channel, you look on deer hunting.
Everybody was hunters back then. That's the only way.
Now listen to this. It said cunning hunter. A Negro ain't never made up no instrument to call a duck. A Negro ain't never wrapped himself in deer pits. A Negro ain't never stood up in the trees, made a tree house to shoot a deer.
That's for a week.
Not for a week. You're right. He said he's a cunning hunter. He even know how to hunt Negroes.
Right.
That's why you can't hide nothing from. You get a cell phone thinking your conversation. White man said, "But nigga, we've been listening to you since you was born."
Right.
I hunted in
Read on.
Mississippi, bro, with black people.
And a man of the field.
He's a what?
A man of the field.
Negroes don't even like being outside till the sun down.
Hey, can we go back to the part about the mannerisms
The mannerisms, they different than you. Man, that's why Negroes don't never tuck in their shirt. They gotta tell you tuck in your shirt. That ain't your mannerism, because your mannerism is to have your shirt up and you're supposed to have fringes on that thing.
Right, that's right. Hey, is your manner your race?
Huh?
Is your manner your race?
No, that's your nation.
Your mannerisms.
No, because he said it. Two nations and two manner of people. There are going to be two different nations with two different ways of how they act.
Right.
You don't shake hands. You dap people up. You know how to shake hands when you came here.
The word nation.
You need some salt in your food. Shit can be bland and eat it like it's nothing. You throw it up. It's two different people.
The word nation does not mean race either.
Now give me Deuteronomy 32:8.
Bring it out.
Now to you and the white man that wrote that, it might not mean that, but to God it means people. So the definition you looking up came from a white man. Read what God said.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided the nation.
God did what?
Divided to the nation.
God divided the nations. People. God divided everybody. Just like that's why in the Tower of Babylon, when he came, they said they all speaking the same language. They all one. I don't want that. Separate them.
I noticed that you stand in the Old Testament.
Oh, I can go to the new one too. What's your question?
Well, why aren't you reading quotes from the New Testament then? My second question is, you proof text, so you grabbing whatever you think.
To answer his question.
Where's the connection?
Isaiah 28.
What's the message?
Here you go.
What's your message?
Here you go, right here.
Bring it out.
Because I understand where you are, brother. Like going back to the beginning thing. We ain't never told your son that he can't love. That's what he's internalizing himself as a 12-year-old. So when we go back to the school, if he's there, we'll let him know. That ain't nowhere in the Bible. We didn't tell him that because there ain't no mixed people on the earth.
Right.
She's an Israelite. So going back to what you talking about, why are we jumping around? Where's the connection?
Bring it out.
Isaiah chapter 28 verse 13.
Bring it out.
I'm sorry, verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, and line upon line. Here a little, and there a little.
Bring it out.
God says when you read his Bible, you got to read line upon line. You got to read here a little and there a little. You got to read some of Deuteronomy, then jump back to Isaiah. You got to read some of Isaiah, then you got to read Matthew. And when you connect the precepts together correctly, you're going to say, damn, that makes perfect sense.
That's right.
In religion, you was taught, just read the whole Bible.
I love black people.
And that's why you don't understand, because you don't even know how to read the Bible according to what God said. He said you're supposed to jump around.
Okay, you referring to me?
That's how you, I'm talking about us as a nation.
Yeah, I came to listen to what you got to say.
I'm talking about us as a nation.
My thing is, if I was a novice, if I was an infidel, if I didn't know anything, right? What's your message? Are you trying to convert?
Matthew
You
4:17.
Bring it up.
Well, he went over his son, but y'all wasn't listening to understand. You was listening to rebuttal.
Right.
And that's what our people do, and that's why we're going over the same scriptures that he went over at first, and now you're hearing them, because he was just rebuttaling with him, just like that.
Your school. I'm going to come to your school.
Good.
Where's your school?
Call us. It's on there. Address on there too, I think. It's on there. We take all questions. But our message, why we out here? Matthew 4:17.
Bring it out.
Matthew chapter 4 verse 17. From that time, Jesus began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
So that's what we out here teaching. That's the message that we teaching our people. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right.
Meaning you gotta change.
Right.
And I know you talked about your baby mother, and you see that, damn, she completely changed because she was a diehard Christian.
Right.
And now it don't seem right.
No,
But,
that ain't got nothing to do with it. So you done talking, though?
no, I asked when I said go ahead.
Do I need your permission? That we done?
Because this is our forum. We came out here to teach. If you're going to ask a question.
I'm a student.
Okay, so go ahead and
Do
answer.
you want to teach or do you not want to teach?
I want to listen to your question and go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure this out.
Go ahead.
Now I'm asking you, the question I'm asking you
Okay.
is, this same Bible is in Baptist, it's in Pentecostal
Right.
churches. This, the way that you kicking this out, because I asked my son the same thing. I said, okay, so what's the message? Is the message that black people is only the chosen people, or is the message to follow God?
Okay.
Because this is my question. Because at the end of the day, bro, I swear I was researching days, bro, I've been locked up all my life. All I ever had was religious material. You know how many guys came to me with Hebrew Israel? This is not new to me. I had niggas slept next to me for 2 years with this.
He said he was an Israelite?
He was a Hebrew. He slept next to me for 2 years. Listen, so I'm just trying to, and you know what I came to with him? The conclusion I came to with him that I'm coming to you. This is y'all's interpretation of the word. Every single person has their interpretation of the word. When I read that, I don't read nation and mannerism to mean cracker. I mean, I take it to mean a group of people in the way they act, which is the way it's defined, bro. It could be black, white, Spanish. It could have been 2 black people in the room, one serving God that worshiped their sin, and one serving the devil. That one serving God and one serving worship sin. Y'all putting y'all own interpretation to this word that was written by proof, not by no other shit what y'all talking about. Proof King James is cracker. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what y'all talking about.
No, you mean black. Prove he was black.
No, he was white. He was 100% white.
No, you said prove he was a cracker. You mean prove he was black.
No, I'm proving 100% that King James
Oh,
was
okay.
white guy.
You
It's
are.
proof.
Okay.
It's 100% proof. I tell you what, you show me right now anywhere in the world that King James was black.
Yeah, spirit of something.
Listen.
Okay, so let me answer your question now.
I'm coming here as a student, sir, non-violent. We all black. I don't want no trouble with black. I've been pressing my life with black people. I love black people. Fresh love nothing. Okay. Show me where King James is a black guy.
Okay. All right. I'll go. Because you asked 3 questions within your one.
I'm gonna forget all the questions. Show me where King James is white.
Okay. Good question. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm gonna read something about 64. Now you gotta let me bring out the scriptures to line them up so you can understand. Deuteronomy 28:64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
Now it says the Lord's gonna scatter you, so-called blacks, because you said just black people, chosen people. It's also blacks, it's also Hispanics, and it's also Native Indians, as you see on the side. We got all 12 tribes which are called minorities today. We was all scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth. One of those places that we was scattered would be known as Europe, which was England, Scotland, Ireland, all of that. If you know a little bit of history, which I'm sure you do, because you say you was in Christ, so you did a lot of research, you know that black people were scattered all throughout Europe, and they was called Moors, which is just a Latin word for black. And what they told you in history class, where they called it the Dark Ages, they really called it that because at that time black people had ruled. It was a servant by the name of Septimius Severus. He was a gladiator, a black man who was a slave and fought his way out of the gladiator thing and became a general in the Roman army. He overthrew Rome. He overthrew Rome and became emperor of that place in 193 AD. From that point of 193 AD all the way up to what we know as the 1600s, we black people ruled all of Europe. That's why you got those black nobles. You go to Spain and there's black people everywhere on all the stuff. Okay, hold it. Let's Greeks and Romans. Just hold it, because we're using the Bible right now. So we got some understanding of everywhere we was scattered at. We know that, and we ruled. When you understand the history of King James, Deuteronomy 33:29 now, you will understand that he was the last black man to rule over Scotland and England at the same time. That's why his name is King James VI and King James I. He's the first king to ever do that. He was the last ruling black king before the Roman Empire overthrew him when they came back in 1453, which is called the Renaissance era.
That's right.
Now we going on.
Searching forever.
Now I'm going to show you. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee.
You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the Israelites according to the Bible. He said everybody is like you. Read on.
O people, saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thy enemies shall be found liars unto thee.
God said the people that enslaved you was going to be found enemies unto you. For one reason. Here's how we know King James was black. What have Caucasians, so-called white people, did every time they came into power to pitch us? First Maccabees 3:48.
Bring it out.
They have changed the color of the original people to look like them so they can keep you in mental bondage.
Right.
Same thing happened when Jesus was walking the earth. You won't find a picture of a white man before the Renaissance era of Christ. They all painted him black. But when the white man came into power, they said, I don't give a damn what the book say. He got woolly hair. Paint him to look like us.
Right. You know where the first painting came from of Jesus, the white painting, right?
Yeah, Michelangelo. Yeah, we know that. And this is Cesar Borgia.
You know how that painting spread. They just said it was a beautiful picture. Everybody started.
Well, it was actually spread by his father, Cesar Borgia. Pope Alexander VI of Rome, Rodrigo Borgia. He's the one spread it as the image. So they knew he looked like that. They said, the hell with it, paint him like that.
That's a paint. That's all.
Now I'm bringing it up to date with you. Here we go. 1 Maccabees 3 and 48.
1 Maccabees chapter 3 verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
So the white man during the Greek captivity laid open our Bible. And they see Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Christ, Obadiah. They laid open the book. Read on.
Wherein the heathen,
The other nations, the Gentiles,
had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
they started to paint the likeness of their images. I ain't worried about him. He painted the likeness of our images. No, he got him. Go ahead, Officer Gad, talk to him. He painted the likeness of their images. The same way when King James was ruling, when they overthrew him, they took all of the pictures that looked like that, and they painted them to look like him.
Right.
And when he had his name on this, you woke up and said, no, nigga, that's written by a white man, because when I Google it, all the pictures are white.
Right. But I knew that.
So the same way they painted your Lord and Savior as a white man, the same thing they did with King James. Because if he was a white man, wouldn't he change all the scriptures in the Bible to say that all the people was white?
That's what I'm saying.
So why did he do that if he was white? So
Obviously, he must have been a what? Don't support what? Don't support what?
Outside of Africa, outside of what's down the Middle East, we didn't have no power, bro. We didn't rule Europe like that, bro. You know the first strong country in Europe, bro?
The first one, it was Spain.
Spain.
Yeah.
Was the first real, that's the oldest
I know,
time.
it's Spaniards.
That's why Latin
And
is
that's
like
why I
one of the
said when they
oldest
got into
languages.
power, they began to change all the pictures. It's called Renaissance era.
Right.
King James was a black man.
I know.
Rebirth. Because that's why I said if he was white, then he would have changed all the pictures, all the scriptures that said we was black in here.
Right. Somewhere in there, you gotta use common sense.
Yeah, and that's common sense question.
What I'm saying is,
If he was white, wouldn't he changed all the black scriptures?
No, my thing is, we know blacks originated in Africa because the continent is majority black. It's common things. You can see that. You can't go to Europe and where it's all crackers and say this was a majority black place at one time. It couldn't have been.
Guess what? I'm gonna tell you something, brother.
It just couldn't have been factual.
Where you at right now in your search for trying to finding this out, that's only the surface level. Because when you do the history, all those people before the white man showed up were black people.
Right.
All of them. And they ran them out of there. We're not all the same because we the same color. Because if an African come over here,
bro, they ain't really run us out. We sold ourselves out.
we sold. You right. We sold ourselves because of sin.
Hey, bro, we sold a lot of ourselves. No,
we sold ourselves because of sin.
We sold a lot of ourselves out, man.
Joe, what we got right here? Galatians 4:26. I'm gonna show you a homeland.
Took $1 million.
Go ahead.
Galatians chapter 4 verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
I said the what?
Which is the mother of us all.
The place that got white people in it right now, named Jerusalem. He said that is the motherland of us all. The white man said everybody came here because he found some bones and called it Lucy. God says no, everybody originated from here, right here close to it. All the people here was dark skinned, but they was different people. That's why the Arabs say, nigga, you whatever, Habib.
Trust me, I definitely believe it's factual proof that black people started the world. It's
right.
You could test a white person and Ancestry.com and they still come back with parts of black in
Well, white man's done science and say everybody originated from Adam,
so they know
but
that.
they don't mean we're the same
They
people.
know that. But all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, bro, my child is 12 years old.
Right?
My child is 12.
Now, you know what? Give me that Deuteronomy 6
Right
about
he had a point in his life where he taking things in.
And it's a lot for him right now.
Even that, bro. Before he became Hebrew Israelite, he was a Christian. He following his mama, bro. He following right now. If she leave y'all and go to Muslim, what you think he gonna be, bro?
He gonna be a Muslim.
He gonna be a Muslim.
Right.
He just following his mama.
Because that's what he has to do. But here I'm trying to exhort you. This is what you got to do. Deuteronomy 6 and go to it.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
What shall we teach? Go to verse 1.
Verse 1. Now these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments which the Lord your God commanded to teach you.
Now verse 7.
Verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest
Now,
in thy house.
what I'm exhorting you to do, if you want your son to be on the same page, God telling you, you got to get in this thing and start teaching him the commandments of God.
That's right.
That's what you got to do.
My son been in church.
Now listen to this.
Following the commandments. Why do you think he's so easily taking what y'all tell him? My son, obedient child, sir.
And guess what? And guess what we teach him? We teach him obey thy mother and thy father.
And so whatever brought before him, that's how he is. He been in the church following that like that since he
Now
was
guess
a little
what?
boy.
You got to get into it and teach him. Because he's going to follow his daddy. You got to get into that thing.
The thing about it is, my son don't even want to be in the same room with me because of what y'all teach him. My son don't even want to play because my girl wife, he don't feel comfortable. A child that we never had this issue in my life. It's never been a problem. He go in the room and play the game with his grandson. He go over here. They said that y'all can't be around, that I'm not in the truth, and he can't be around me because I'm not in the truth.
Now check, read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7.
It's enough black people separated from their kids, bro.
I already know.
It's enough.
I know.
Of that.
And we trying to stop
I'm
that.
trying to be with my son. I don't know y'all. Y'all strangers to me. Y'all can sit up here on this corner
Hey,
and do this
guess
all
what?
day.
You ain't a stranger. You my brother.
That's right.
All right, listen, I'm not gonna talk brothers. I'm gonna talk human nature. I'm gonna talk human nature right now.
You my brother. I don't care what you say.
Over the skin color. I'm gonna talk human nature.
You
I'm
my
gonna talk
brother.
individual
I'm
mentality.
skipping past the skin color.
Right now,
I'm speaking to the
you
spirit
can be
in
my
you.
brother.
You my brother.
Bring it out.
You my brother. You can still be a pervert. You can still be molested.
Not if I keep the commandments of God.
That's right.
Because it teaches me how to treat my brother. I gotta
You know how
love
many
you as I
pastors-
love
You know how many
myself.
pastors rape kids, touch little boys?
Tell me how many pastors teaching the truth of this Bible.
Bring it out.
Every one of them that stand at
Tell me who
the
teaching the
I'm
truth of the
every one
Bible.
of
That
them
we the
stand at the
Israelites.
bro.
They not teaching that.
It's nothing against y'all personally. What I'm saying is, when my son feels it's more valuable to take the words of a strangers over his own father, something wrong.
What? Go to Matthew chapter 10 again. Because guess what? We're not teaching him to follow us. We're teaching him to follow the Bible. And it's a lot of contrary of what we learned in Christianity because we was taught to love everybody because white man Jesus. That's a philosophy.
Right.
But this is what the real Jesus of the
shouldn't
Bible
love
say.
everybody?
I'm going to show you. Read it.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34.
And this is in the New Testament.
Think not that I have come to send peace on earth.
That's the contrary. You thought that he said, I
Say
come to
that
give
again,
peace.
think not that who have come.
Read on. Read it again.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
Jesus said, I didn't come to send peace on earth. You learned that under the white man philosophy when you started to look like that. We didn't come to send peace. Read on.
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
A sword divides. Read on.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
The Jesus Christ that looked like me and you said, I didn't come for everybody to be buddy-buddy, hold hands and sing kumbaya. I'm going to separate people based on my word, and whoever truly love me gonna follow me.
Right.
And they gonna give up everything for me. I gave up my mother. I gave up my brother. I gave up my
The world
dad.
over, and you die, and you standing in front of God, and you dead ass wrong.
And what if,
And
hey,
you dead fucking wrong.
Hey, I thought about that too.
And you've been doing this the complete. God said not. Hey, love thy neighbor is what it said in the Old Testament, and you saying that that's not true. God
I didn't say that
directly
was
told
true.
Moses that.
I didn't say
God
that was true.
directly told Moses that.
I didn't say it was
that's
true,
that.
Antonio. I didn't say that.
God directly
Now
told Moses
read this.
that.
This is now look. What if we get to the kingdom
Not
and it be
Jesus,
and,
God said
and guess what? What
What
if we
if
get to
you
the
dead
kingdom
wrong,
and it be
bro?
completely opposite? That I was dead ass right.
That's
right.
What? We think about the negative so much. What
Right.
if I'm dead ass
What if
right?
the Muslims right?
What if I'm dead
What
ass
if the
right?
Muslims right?
The Muslim read out of this. So
Right.
I'm dead ass right following
Right.
the Bible.
That's
Third guys quote the Bible more than he do the Quran anytime.
Right.
What if I'm dead ass right with
Bring it
God?
out.
That's right. We know that.
Exactly
I
right.
just use
Read
that.
Proverbs
I use
3 and
that.
5.
Proverbs.
Listen up, Antonio. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Bring it out.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
God in the Old Testament said, do what?
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
So even I might be dead ass wrong, but I'm going to trust in God with all my heart.
That's right.
When I get there, I'll let him tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Right.
Because I trust in the
I'm
Lord.
not talking about trusting in the Lord. I'm talking about your interpretation of how you trust in the Lord.
Okay, give me
I'm
second
following
Peter.
God and I'm following the Bible, but I can't like these people. I can't love these people.
Bring it out.
But that's what I'm saying. What if you dead ass wrong? What if just that small variation caused you to burn in hell?
Right, listen to this.
2 Peter chapter 1 verse 20. Bring it out. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
It's no private interpretation, meaning that if I read that in Peter, I can find that in Jeremiah.
Right.
If I read that in Jeremiah, I can find it in the book of Matthew.
Right.
It's all going to say the same thing. Let me finish. Read on.
For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man.
Peter already got that question. He said it didn't come by some man just sitting there like, you know what? I'm going to fake up the book of Jeremiah and I'm going to write it down myself.
Right.
He said it didn't come by that. Read
I got
on.
one question for all of
Hold
y'all.
on. Read on.
One place in the Bible where it says,
First Peter,
Not by the will of man.
one
but
place.
not by the will of men.
Here we go.
For the prophecy came not in the old time by the will of man, but holy men
Who?
of God.
Who?
Holy men of God.
He's the true holy man that did thus saith the Lord.
Right.
Your ancestors did what?
Spake as they were moved by the Holy
Give
Ghost.
me Jeremiah 30. I'm going to show you what it means that they spake by the Holy Ghost. I'm going to show you that. Because what we think the white man wrote this book, but it's actually your ancestors that look just like you that wrote down every single
The
word.
question I was asking was,
Yeah.
show me a definitive place where it says that the Hebrew Israelites, God's children, were black.
Okay. Read that first.
Bring it out.
Bring it
Yeah,
out.
Jeremiah 31.
Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 1.
Bring it out.
The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord saying, thus
Hold on,
speaketh.
the word came from who?
The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord.
It came from the Lord to Jeremiah, so he didn't make it up himself. Read on.
From the Lord saying, thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, write thee all the words.
Hold on. God told Jeremiah to do what?
Write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee.
So Jeremiah didn't make it up himself. God said, write down what I'm telling you. Write it down in a book,
Bring it
Isaiah
out.
29. Write it down in a book, because it's going to come a day when Antonio's going to come up here and he's going to question, why the hell my son does separated from himself? What the hell with this? I read the Bible, and God got the answer for you. Read that in Isaiah 29 and verse 30. Right?
Verse 9.
Verse 8.
Now go, write it before them.
Hold on, God told Isaiah to do what?
Now go, write it before them in a table and note it in a book,
Called the Bible now. Read on.
that it may be for the time to come.
It's going to be for what?
That it may be for the time to come.
This was written thousands of years ago in Hebrew. And then we got to the land of our captivity. And God had our own people translated into the English that the language we was going to speak. And it says, for the time to come, read on.
For that it may be the time to come forever and ever.
How long?
Forever and
So
ever.
the book is here for the time when you wanted to wake up. Antonio, it was written by your ancestors for the time to come. Right now.
That's right.
You had a
When
Bible.
I go to the issue, I praise God.
Bring it out.
I read the Bible. I praise God. That's not what this is about, bro. I love God. I'm
How
able to
do you
do
love
all the things that I'm able to do because I take a lot of risks because I feel like my fearlessness comes from my belief in God. Bro.
How do you love him?
That's not what I'm getting at, bro.
No, because you said you love him. So
You
as
gotta
a
love with
teacher,
your works. You
as I
gotta
teach
show your works, show you love the things you do.
let's see
All
what-
I'm saying is show
1
me
John 5 and
what
3.
the difference between that we have it. I want to simplify the difference that we have. What in the Bible I cannot read nowhere. I've read nowhere that it says that the people that Hebrew Israelites was black people.
Bring it out.
All right, let's read. I'm gonna read what
I
love
know
is
you're gonna
first.
go to one. You're gonna go say Jesus had hair like
1 John
wool.
chapter 5,
Nah, not
verse 3.
Everybody
For
know that
this
same-
is the love of God,
This is how you love God, Antonio. Read on.
that we keep his commandments.
That's what? right.
That we keep his commandments.
The book that you read in jail told you how to love him, to keep the commandments.
Right.
And we read in Deuteronomy that said you got to teach your kids the commandments.
That's right.
So
Right.
your son is actually loving God. right now.
My son was loving God before he met y'all.
He wasn't keeping the commandments.
He was a Christian before he met y'all.
Do Christians keep the commandments?
What you mean? He was doing y'all keeping your commandments.
No. God's
he wasn't
commandments.
keeping it the way you want him to
Look,
keep it.
show me where black people put fringes on their clothes.
Right.
God told us to do that as Israelites.
That's
We
right.
keep God's commandments, not ours. So your son actually loves God. That's how you love God.
Right.
It seems a little strange because we don't actually know how to love him. That's why when I asked you, said, love you by your works. No, God said, keep my commandments.
Right.
That's how you love me. Now let's go to Israelites being black. Give me Acts chapter 21.
Bring it out.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Let's go to Paul. New Testament, because I want that. You know where I want it? Acts 21? Definitively that the Israelites was black. Read
Bring
that.
it out.
Acts chapter 21 and verse 37.
Bring it out.
And as Paul,
Who?
Paul,
Both these, give me Romans chapter 12. Is it Romans 12 or Romans 11? Romans 11. Let's show you that Paul was an Israelite.
Bring it out.
Let's show you.
Romans chapter 11 verse 1. I say then, has God cast away his people? God forbid.
He ain't cast away his people. Read on.
For I also am an Israelite.
Oh, Paul's a what?
An Israelite.
Paul's a what?
An Israelite.
Now let's go see what color Paul is.
Bring it out. And as Paul was led to be into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee?
Can I say a word to you before you take my ass to jail? Rito. Black people know about going to jail.
Right.
He said, let me talk to you real quick. Rito.
May I speak unto thee? Who said, can thou speak Greek?
So the white man said, can you speak Greek? Who are the people on earth that speak Greek? White people. Rito.
Are not thou that Egyptian?
Oh, he thought Paul was a what?
An Egyptian?
What color was the ancient Egyptians?
I really don't know that.
Ah, come on, Antonio.
I really don't know that.
And you know how I know you know? You got the tattoo on your left forearm.
That's right.
You're sitting here lying to me.
Got him! Got him!
I see how this sculpture. The ancient Egyptians is black.
That's
you got
right.
Pharaoh on your arm.
Right.
You know they was black. So when you read about Judah, Benjamin, Levi, which are the so-called Haitians, so-called West Indians, all these people are black people.
Right.
Of
It's
what?
crazy because you know what? You know what else I did after I
Psalms
spoke to my
11:10.
VM?
Uh-huh.
I went online. Hebrew Israelite. I went online. Doug.
So before you ask, do you understand that Paul was a black man?
We don't even know what real Middle Eastern looked like. We don't really even know that. We don't even know what real Middle Eastern looked like. We don't really even know that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
We don't even know what real Middle Eastern looked like. We don't really even know that.
You know what Egyptians look like.
Sure.
You know what Egyptians look like.
They don't
Can you
look
hold
black
out your
or
arm?
white.
Hold out
They
your
don't
arm.
look black or white. That's a tap.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
That's a tap. We don't know if they look black
You
or
wouldn't have
white.
did that if you didn't know they was black. Read it again.
Are not thou that
He
Egyptian?
thought Paul, who's an Israelite, was an Egyptian. Read on.
Which before these days made us an uproar and led us out into the wilderness, 4,000 men that were
Now let's see
murderers.
what Paul the Israelite's response was. Read on.
But Paul said,
Uh-huh.
I am a man,
That's
which
right.
am a Jew.
He's a what?
Which am a Jew.
Oh, the Israelite said, I'm a Jew.
That's right.
And then, no, listen, because Jew is short for Judah.
Right.
Jew is short for Judah. No, hey, we ain't going nowhere, Antonio, because you know I just proved to you what I'm talking about. He thought the Israelite named Paul was an Egyptian. Paul said, hell no. I'm
man.
a what?
Which am a Jew
Uh-huh.
of Tarsus,
Uh-huh.
a city in Sicilia.
He wasn't even born in Jerusalem. But I'm still a Jew. Just like we born here in America, we still the Jews of the black.
That's right.
And the Jews are black.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel, Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this and join IUIC channel to get your latest updates on all our YouTube channels. Shalom.